all the bros out there. That's what we all talk about, how we love hugging.
What are you talking about, dude? Like, what is Ben Shapiro doing? This dude was a football coach in the Midwest. Like, what the fuck are you? You're a violin player from Los Angeles, dude. What are you talking about? You tried to be a writer in Hollywood and couldn't cut it. So you became a right-wing chirper. So let's get to the other mind-numbing side of this equation. Benjamin Shapiro, okay? Benny Shabibi.
Kamala Harris has now put out an issues page as of like Monday morning. So it only took her like 6 weeks to put out an issues page. That basically says nothing. It's a bunch of jargon. It's a bunch of empty promises. There's nothing very specific on the issues page, but they're all going to pretend that
Cat is eating
so the Harris
Haitian.
campaign finally put up an issues on their website. Finally. And something very funny happened. So this is the issues page, and it's called A New Way Forward. The problem is, they copied Biden's old issues page. Twitter user Gay Narcan, which as a quick aside is a fantastic username, noticed that the link, when pulled in metadata, still showed Joe Biden stuff. Here's one of those pictures. You can see it says, join our campaign to re-elect Joe Biden. So some services like Discord you see here are going to pull in the website data to give you a quick preview of what that link is. It even shows up on Google. It says re-elect Joe Biden today at the Kamala Harris website. Oops. They went through the rest of the website and no other page on the site did that. So literally they made the issues page by just copy and pasting Joe's. I think they went and changed the policies and stuff, obviously, but the metadata was that way. They did finally go and fix it, and I just checked, and as of this morning, Google has re-indexed it so it doesn't show up like that anymore, but it is very funny that A New Way Forward was literally a plagiarized page.
Isn't it a huge deal the same devs work on both? This isn't a huge deal, same devs work on both cams? No, dude, it is a huge deal because they're losers, okay? That's why. The loser-ass Biden team that was so stupid and so bad that they thought it would be a brilliant tactic to have the carcass rolled out in an unceremoniously early debate that caused him to have to go away after his disastrous debate performance is now working the Kamala Harris campaign. Do you not think that that's a problem? Like, it's not like Biden was winning by insane numbers and like, of course, and then he just simply couldn't continue campaigning, and that's why they had to swap him out. So it's great that that same brilliant team is working with Kamala Harris. The metadata doesn't mean anything, by the way. I don't give a shit about the metadata stuff. I do, however, give a shit about the fact that a lot of the bad decisions made by the Kamala Harris campaign so far, since the Tim Walz VP pick, I think is a direct consequence of the Brandon heads running the show over there. Okay, that's it.
Rest of the issue page, by the way, bad. No climate crisis plan. Trans people not mentioned at all. It is slightly better than what Biden's was because Biden's issues basically started and ended with Trump, and Kamala's does actually talk about some things with no real policy positions that she's actually putting forward. And when every section basically starts with, this is what we did under Biden and we're gonna keep doing that, I have a hard time buying into it being a new way forward. Kind of sounds a lot like it's the same way. And that way leads to the right.
Yeah. The metadata is just further evidence that they're just doing the thing that I'm annoyed about. Doing the thing that like pull Biden and Kamala Harris out of the equation for a second. Okay. Just only think about this as like in terms of A, B. Okay. Candidate A, candidate B. Candidate A is so disastrously unpopular that candidate B has to be slotted in candidate A's position. Why would you in that situation be like, and I'm going to follow what candidate A did? He got there because he up. Why would you be like, and that's the reason why I'm following the agenda? It makes no sense. A lot of people, I guess, have convinced themselves that the only issue with Joe Biden was that he's old. That's not the only issue.
there are serious policy positions on that page. It doesn't matter. You know what she would do. She said it in 2019, 2020, and then she did it under Joe Biden. So you can either believe your eyes or you can believe the lies they are telling you now, which presumably is why they keep on pushing the vibes. They got to push the vibes. They got nothing else. If it goes to the issues, they got a massive problem. So, for example, the Associated Press which should be doing, actual reporting on her positions, all the problems with them. The Associated Press put out a tweet, quote, Harris turns to her favorite foods in effort to show a more private side and connect with voters. Her favorite, and just a picture of her holding Doritos. Wow, she's just like celebrities. They're just like you. She also likes Doritos and day drinking. That is what Kamala Harris, she's showing you her more private side by eating Doritos. Good job, AP. That is some top-notch journalisming, high-level journalisming. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are going around giving people hugs. So Kamala Harris, she was hugging it out with a sobbing supporter in Pennsylvania. And this is the really important thing, is that she gives...
Why is he mad about this? What a weird thing to be mad about. What a strange man he is.
Mamala hugs. Oh, my God. Wow. Doesn't matter that her policies are far to the left of anything the Democratic Party has ever run, including George McGovern. She gives hugs to people. Wow.
You know.
Oh, it's gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We are all in this together.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna be fine.
We are.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Ugh. That's a little weird.
Did you get some spices? Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's all good.
Oh,
it's all
so many
good.
hugs.
We're standing strong, right? We love our country.
Absolutely.
Right?
Everybody's
Yeah.
crying together.
That's right.
Hugs. I don't want a president who gives hugs. I want a president who kicks ass. That's what I want. I want a president who kicks ass.
Yeah. I want a president who kicks ass. That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump.
That's on behalf of the American people.
Shut up, nerd. I feel like if he was hugged more as a child, he probably wouldn't be this annoying. Like, honestly.
Who takes on America's enemies and stops them. I want a president who stops China and Iran and Russia and North Korea in their tracks. I want a president of the United States who doesn't, for example, sacrifice the bodies of American soldiers and then abandon their families. That would be great.
This is just repackaged Trump rhetoric, which is really funny. Again, 67 soldiers died in Afghanistan under the Trump administration, 13 under Biden. Numbers on the board, okay? Turns out when you pull out, no additional troops die, which is good overall.
I would love an American president who actually knows enough about business not to destroy major businesses in the United States through asinine tax and regulatory proposals. I would love that. I would love a president of the United States who doesn't promise mass amnesty. That would be awesome. I don't need a president who hugs. Got parents for that.
Wait, isn't Ben supposed to be like the smart conservative? He's just one step removed from just talking about how Venezuelan migrants are eating rats. Eating American rats. Sorry, Haitian migrants are eating American cats. Venezuelan migrants are eating American rats. Why are they doing this?
That. We got kids for that. It's an absurdity. If you're the kind of person who requires hugs from your presidential candidate, let me request that you quickly go get a psychological examination. Seriously. But this is what it's all about. It's about the hugs. Here's Doug Emhoff. Remember we were talking before about how Doug Emhoff and Tim Walz, this was their male outreach program. Doug Emhoff and Tim Walz, who are Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, except more oafish, dumber, and more annoying. Here's Doug Emhoff talking about how he loves hugging Tim Walz. They love hugging, which is a real masculine, that's all the bros out there. That's what we all talk about, how we love hugging. It's like our thing. Great.
All the bros out there, it's our thing. Dude, you're not a bro. What are you talking about, dude? You just made a Modern Family reference. What is Ben Shapiro doing? This is the thing I don't understand about conservatives who portray themselves as masculine beacons while they just I guess hope that you don't look at them and see what image they're projecting and just only listen to their words. It's actually significantly more masculine to just constantly chirp about certain shit, about being masculine. Tim Walz is a great example of normal masculinity. Football coach. What are you talking about? It doesn't get more masculine than that. You know what I mean? This dude was a football coach in the Midwest. What the are you? You're a violin player from Los Angeles, dude. What are you talking about? You tried to be a writer in Hollywood and couldn't cut it. So you became a right-wing chirper. The do you mean? I can't believe these guys, they just want to present themselves as masculine, but us bros, we know better. Us bros. You're a theater kid. Shut the up.
Male outreach there, my dude. Here we go.
We get up there and we just do this big.
I mean, Doug is lame, though. I'm not going to lie. He's just so goofy. Doug needs to stay the away from the campaign trail, okay? Put Ella up there, okay? You will get all the young, queer, anti-Zionist, like college kids to come out and vote in droves. Get Doug the away from the campaign. He is goofy as hell, okay? Put Ella up there. Substitute Doug with Ella, okay? Everyone that's they, them is voting. Put Ella up there. She looks exactly like all these blue-haired SJWs that people complain about.
Bro, bear hug. And I cannot tell you how many texts I got from my actual friends and actual family members like, you never hugged me like that. What's going on? You literally just met this guy.
Did you hit him on the
Immediately
back?
walls pilled.
Did you hit him on the back to preserve your heteronormativity? Did you give him the back pat?
No,
Or was it
if
just
you
a full
see the
embrace?
video, we just did this full on. And I think, he was like this, I was like this, and then it was just this bro hug.
Awkward.
I used to think Doug was gay. I just think he's corny. Like, I thought he was like secretly gay because there was like a mismatch of like what he was presenting himself as. And I read that wrong. Like, I mean, he's a little zesty still, but I think he's just like the corniest man. That's what it is. He has not enough riz to be gay, even secretly gay. You know what I mean? He's just a corny guy. That's what it is.
Hug discussions. That's exactly what the dudes are looking for. Nailed it. Can't imagine why there's a massive gender gap in this particular election. Okay, well, as we know, the big debate is coming up tomorrow night. Right now, it is incumbent on Kamala Harris to actually show well, and it's incumbent on Donald Trump.
Didn't he say he was hanging out with dudes? No, he was at brunch in West Hollywood when Kamala got the call, and he didn't have his phone on him. So, that's still points for potentially being, in the closet a little bit. But nah, he has no riz, dude. He's a little zesty, but he has no riz whatsoever. Like, if you got a little bit of that gay in you, you got to have some riz, okay? He just has none of it.
Not to blow it and to expose her, right? Those are the things. So that big debate is happening tomorrow night. We are doing a backstage with a live simulcast of the debate and reactions from the most trusted voices in conservative media. Me, Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, Andrew Klavan, Jeremy Smart. With regard to the debate, the Trump campaign is...
Yeah, I can't wait for Matt Walsh's take on the debate, Ben. Good job. The most trusted names in...
saying that they expect that Kamala Harris will do just fine, right? Which is smart. They don't want to say that she's going to completely bomb, because if you set the expectations as she's going to die on stage like her predecessor in the campaign, then if she doesn't die on stage, she's now surpassed the expectations. Trump campaign advisor Chris LaCivita told House Republican lawmakers and senior staff they are anticipating a fine performance from...
You'd be shocked at how many Rizless gays I know. I mean, Ben, I don't think Ben is gay. He is a little zesty, but I don't think he's gay at all. Matt Walsh, Rizless, not even remotely zesty. Matt Walsh is the perfect demonstration that, straight men do actually end up developing homophobic tendencies. Because, the common trope is oh, it's always people who are secretly gay that are homophobic. It's yeah, there's definitely a lot of that out there. But, Matt Walsh, in my opinion, is the perfect example. To the Steven Crowder argument, which you can make about someone who is uncomfortable about their own sexual desires, and therefore they just try to overcome that by being overtly homophobic, overtly anti-trans. Matt Walsh is the most spiteful heterosexual hater of he has a real evil in him.
Vice President Harris during Tuesday's debate. According to Axios, Republicans are preparing for a much different dynamic than the first debate, when President Biden's disastrous performance eventually forced him to drop out of the race. Harris has been riding a wave of enthusiasm since stepping in as the nominee. LaCivita noted Harris has less recent live interview or debate experience than Trump. And again, they are playing up the expectations of Harris, which makes sense. Meanwhile, Democrats are simultaneously attempting to play down the expectations of Harris. So Pete Buttigieg, who again is famous for being a crappy Secretary of Transportation, and also which is really important. He says that she's going to have superhuman focus and discipline. Is that what it's going to take? Superhuman? She's going to be like Wonder Woman? She's going to fly in her invisible jet?
Yeah, my favorite genre of conservative tweet is dandy boys who grew up playing the violin in Los Angeles using the gay Twitter app to signal to other dandy lads how masked they are. Learn to weld. Fucking another blistering ratio to Benny Boy.
There, out in the darkness, a fugitive running.
Like, I'm sorry, in a lineup, if you put Ben and Pete Buttigieg side by side, who reads gay? Like, ain't nobody picking Pete Buttigieg, okay? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Even my bottom ass not as gay as that.
And then she is going to have like laser eyes in the debate. Talk about lowering expectations here. All right.
It says 28% of likely voters said they still need to learn more about Harris. Only 9% say that about Trump. What does she need to do at the debate to fill in those blanks?
She is a very focused and disciplined leader, but it will take almost superhuman focus and discipline to deal with Donald Trump in a debate. It's no ordinary proposition. Not because Donald Trump is a master of explaining policy ideas and how they're going to make people better off. It's because he's a master of taking any form or format that is on television and turning it into a show that is all about him.
But the good news, says Pete Buttigieg, is that she is amazing at getting to the heart of the issue. I'm not sure I've ever heard a more untrue statement than that about Kamala Harris. That she's great at getting to the heart.
Never forget the Ben Shapiro fan made flexing account. I think that guy that made that account is literally like a Destiny fan who is a Ben Shapiro fan as well. I think that like they originally ironically started it, but like slowly but surely they became more right wing over. Like I used to see that username. It's a girl? Okay, well then there's a Twitter guy. Or maybe it's the same person, I don't know. Massive Zionist. That guy's a debate warlord.
Of the issue. What now? If there were an issue on the table and it had a heart, she would be operating on the kidneys. She has never come close to the heart of an issue. Every time she's asked about an issue, she starts rambling like a fifth grader who didn't read the book. Great at getting to the heart of the issue. The importance of Social Security is that time passes. Good God.
Nah. Dude, there's a reason why this channel is on like a massive downturn. Okay? Overall. Like he was cracking out crazy numbers, like 500,000 per video. And lately he's just got a lot of duds. Even though there's obviously peak interest right now in politics with 7 million subscribers. And that is because he tries to do this shit. It's so bad, bro. Anyway,